Hello and welcome to Balanced Existence. If you are just tuning in for the first time, welcome. I'm so happy you're here and I trust that there is a message here for you. Today I'm going to do a pretty open-ended tarot reading and we're just going to dive right in and see what messages need to come through for you. So we have the Six of Pentacles coming out. Whenever I get this card, I really pick up on this energy of what we give, what we take, and the balance of that. The balance of our inputs, the balance of our outputs. And I spoke on a recent reading about this, how everything we do has some kind of input or output. When you go hang out with a friend or go to some party or social event, there is an input in the feeling of closeness, connection, belonging, whether it's with a friend one-on-one or in a community or a larger friend group. But there's also an output in the sense of the energetic effort it takes to get ready or to drive there, or even like the social energy expenditure that it takes, especially if you're a really introverted person, then, spending several hours at a party or with a friend can drain you in some sense, but also, of course, like I said, fulfill you in another sense, right? So this is just an example, but, every single thing that we do has some kind of input and output. And when you're able to see your life in this way and really understand, not just from a mental or intellectual level, but from an embodied level where you understand like how your body feels, what emotions you feel in everything that you do. You may find that your job is extremely draining and that there's like a net output of your energy, right? Like there's a net energy expenditure, like your energy is leaving your body, right? You may find that when you're around your friends or your family or your loved ones, that there's a net input because you feel really seen, you feel really supported, right? So with the Six of Pentacles coming out, I'm just feeling so strongly that maybe you feel really self-aware in this area, or maybe you're being called to, evaluate and assess everything that you do, like all of the events or tasks or just how you spend your time, everything that you do in a day, in a week, in a month, like how does it fill or drain your energy? And, just because something is an energy output or an energy expenditure doesn't mean that it's like an unhealthy drain, but ultimately our energy is constantly flowing. And so I'm getting really strongly a message here of, taking that time to pause and reflect and maybe even do some journaling on your inputs and outputs. And if you find yourself feeling really drained at a certain part of the day, like this is a great opportunity for you to check in, with your emotional state, with how your body feels, and seek to better understand, where your energy has been going. I'm also hearing like energy leaks, like there may be some of the collective that is not, like, again, you're being called to this reading, you're being called to do this assessment because there are some ways that your energy is being leaked that you need to become aware of and patch. So I'm going to pull an oracle card here. We have be true to your heart and pause. Yeah. So, and then we have shift your energy. So yeah, that's a really fitting story. Just those three cards together, that says so much about the message coming through. So the be true to your heart card talks about really going inward and drawing on the energies of harmony, the energies of union with self, which we talk about a lot on this channel, the union of your inner divine feminine, the union of your inner divine masculine, these internal energies that make up your soul, right? Like in the world of duality that we live in, there is such a value to achieving harmony between those two internal energies. So sometimes we need rest, sometimes we need to take action, things like this. So whatever current situation you're in, is going to benefit from you using your intuition and not just understanding things on an intellectual level. So there may be difficult decisions that you are going to be required to make. And Spirit is just asking you to be consciously aware of what does take up your time and effort and energy, what attracts your attention, what interests you, what stirs your imagination, what creates passion in your life. You know, regardless of what others might think or what others' opinions are, this is about you and your authentic truth and your ability to trust yourself and, you know, not be swayed by external opinions or circumstances. And with the pause card, it's pretty self-explanatory, but it's not to be underestimated, I'm hearing. Like, taking a moment to assess what is really going on puts you back in a place of what you need to become aware of, what you need to recognize, what you need to learn, you know, how you can allow more wonderful blessings to come into your life rather than continuing to go through the motions or hold on to some outdated paradigm or false sense of control or things like that. You know, give yourself that opportunity to shine light on a topic and know that you deserve all of the insight that you can possibly receive. You deserve to receive new prospects, new opportunities, new breakthroughs. And any resistance you may have is just an unnecessary block. So continue to create opportunities to pause, reflect, regroup, and commit to that. You know, you don't need to resist or fight your existing circumstances. You just need to pause and assess, and then the answers will come to you. And your willingness to do this, your willingness to try new things, to open up to new valuable information, all of this is part of your journey to lead you towards something new, something wonderful. And I'm also hearing like creative projects or passions or something that you're creating. It could even just be something that you're manifesting. And so we also had the Shift Your Energy card come out, and then I'm going to pull some more tarot cards as well. But with the Shift Your Energy card, I mean, following the pause card, this is about having cleared your energy or, you know, the energy of your environment or those around you to kind of have reset your energy and allow the winds of change to, you know, direct you in alignment with your awareness, with your new insights, with your new breakthroughs. This is your process of renewal. This is your process of spiritual transformation. And we're kind of breaking it down into these steps because these are practical steps that you can take in any given moment when you give yourself that moment to pause and in any given situation that you may encounter during the day. As well as big overarching topics or like significant patterns and habits that maybe you're recognizing you need to release. So it could be as specific or general as you need, but this is where your awakening is directing you right now. So, you know, allow a time of shedding, you know, allow it with ease, with grace. And again, the winds of change I'm hearing are just going to point you towards where you need to go. So as this relates to the Six of Pentacles and this concept of our boundaries and the give and take, you know, you're being called to gift yourself the moments of pause, the moments, because these moments are going to fuel your self-knowing and your self-transformation. So let's see what else we can pull here. We have the Four of Pentacles. So yeah, we talked just now about holding on to old patterns or old habits. So you're being called to, release, have the security, because both of these are pentacle cards. So these are talking about that which we do to achieve security, whether it's just a feeling of safety, and our basic survival needs, or whether it's financial, like monetary security. But regardless, these pentacle cards are coming out because there is a feeling of wishing for security. And when we have that desire to achieve more security in our life, we don't want to do so from a lack mindset, of course. We want to do so from a place of openness and abundance. And we also are getting the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Cups coming out, which is so fitting, like emotionally opening up to, and the Three of Cups. Wow, that's 3 Ace Cups coming up. And the 9 of Cups. Wow. Okay. We have 4 Cups cards coming out. So it's clear to me that on our path of seeking security, seeking abundance, maybe it's material wealth, like I said, maybe it's financial security, maybe it's just a sense of feeling secure in your existence, or like a sense of belonging, or a sense of feeling loved and worthy and valuable. Like all of these come down to your basic safety and security needs. On this path, when you open up to, the patterns you need to break, the ways that your awareness is pointing you towards your fullest alignment with self, your alignment with your soul's path, right? And that could be, again, following creative passions, or it could simply be a journey of healing. On this path, you are being called to, embody that self-awareness that's going to fuel your self-transformation. And when you do that, you enter this Ace of Cups, new beginning. It could be a new relationship, but as I always say with these readings, this is about you and your inner world. And I'm not here to give you like predictions of outcomes that are going to soothe your ego. I'm here to talk about what the inner work you are being called to do is. And when you do this inner work, when you take the time to pause, when you take the time to manage your boundaries and your inputs and outputs, when you take the time to prioritize your creative passions, or prioritize your healing journey, release old patterns and attachments and, habits that no longer serve you. When you do all of that inner work and you reach that inner harmony, you reach that union with self, you enter this new way of living. It's like stepping through a portal and having a completely different, I want to say like personality, but it's really your perception. When you step through this portal, you see things differently. You see things with an emotional fulfillment that you didn't have before. By default, you see things with just such a energy of intuition and compassion. And with the Knight of Cups, like this is about, this could be romantic gestures, but I'm not even as interested about the external possibilities of this card as I am this new portal that you've stepped through, and you are feeling, the equivalent of romantic gestures within yourself, like feeling like you've romanticized your existence. You've romanticized your empowerment, and you feel excited to be around you. I'm picking up on this energy of like when, for some reason, it's reminding me of like a childlike energy, or even like teen or like tween years. But it's this energy when you meet somebody or you make a friend, and I'm picking up on this in like a platonic energy, but it's like when you meet somebody who maybe becomes your best friend, but like you just feel so excited about them. You have so much respect for them. Like you think they're so nice and cool and funny. And like, it's kind of like when you're a child and you make that best friend, whether you're in second grade or fifth grade, whatever it may be. But it's that energy. It's kind of like that innocent, childlike energy, but it's also so aligned. And it's like, this person is such a match for me, right? Like that's the energy I'm kind of tapping into. And of course, this could very well be something you experience or have experienced as an adult in like the friendships you've made. But this is just kind of the picture I'm painting of the energy I'm picking up on. But that's what I'm feeling with the Knight of Cups here, is like you feeling that within yourself, you being so excited about who you've become, who you're becoming, and being so excited to spend time with yourself, being so excited to give yourself the time to pause, to give yourself the time to reflect on your inputs and outputs and your boundaries, or to give yourself the time to heal and commit to your somatic healing, your somatic work, your nervous system regulation. This is becoming romanticized for you. Like you're just so in love with yourself, your soul, your journey. And this is crucial. This is the path of achieving greater stability in life, because you've anchored down into your own energies. Like I said, you've achieved this harmony with your feminine and masculine internal energies. And then with the Three of Cups, that's also what I'm picking up on with this like friendship, celebration. Whether you're meeting somebody and you're just so excited that you met them and you just know like this is like a soul sister or like a soul tribe member. And maybe you don't define it in those words, but really this is the energy of feeling a sense of belonging, feeling that community, feeling like there's something to celebrate. And Spirit is reminding you here that there really is always something to celebrate. You're not receiving the Three of Cups card because you're going to get some external friendship or connection or reason to celebrate that then is going to allow you to celebrate. You're getting this Three of Cups card because you have the opportunity to celebrate at any given moment. Like right now, there is something for you to celebrate, whether it's your journey thus far, whether it's an actual connection you do have, or it could be something external. But, now we're tapping into the basics of gratitude practice, of seeing what's already in front of you and finding gratitude, finding appreciation, and finding reason to celebrate in that, rather than this kind of outward focused energy of waiting for external circumstances in order to celebrate. But let's say with the Three of Cups card, because I'm picking up on a portion of the collective that maybe is seeking more of a community, especially a spiritual community. If you're on this channel, if you've come across this video, like you've probably been drawn to this collective because you are, getting closer to finding spiritual community. I know that this channel is just beginning to build, but like this channel is a very powerful vortex of energy, which is magnetizing all of the collective that is meant to connect and find this energy and be guided by it, and maybe even connect and collaborate with each other. But with the Three of Cups, again, you may be, seeking more spiritual community, more sense of belonging, sense of feeling understood, seen, valued. You may be seeking more aligned friendships, but this card is here because you can celebrate that feeling. You can celebrate the fact that you're on this journey to manifest those connections, to manifest that community. You can celebrate all of that and tap into that fulfilled emotion. And now we're getting into the Nine of Cups. You can tap into that before it has arrived in your physical reality. And really that's the manifestation technique that is what we're being called to tap into, because with the Four of Pentacles, if you're waiting on the external before you can feel secure, then you're doing it backwards, right? These 4 cup cards are coming out because it's such an in-your-face message about the value of your emotions, the value of tapping into the emotional state. Like, again, with the Ace of Cups, walking through that portal of renewed emotional energy, an emotional security that you'd never have felt before, but that you're so excited about. Tapping into that, tapping into the power of your emotions to manifest, tapping into the ability and the choice to celebrate in any given moment, tapping into that 9 of Cups emotional fulfillment, regardless of your external circumstances, because in the process of manifestation, you are already knowing that which you seek is coming to you. And this is the manifestation mindset that is so, powerfully fueled by having these healthy emotional energies, these healthy emotional perspectives. So I'm going to pull an overarching oracle card from the Tree Keepers Oracle. But first, I'm being guided to lead you through just a really quick 30-second meditation, if you will, or just a moment for us to tap into these emotions. So even if you're multitasking, maybe you're driving or doing chores right now, of course, don't close your eyes, but I want you to do whatever action you're doing if you are manifesting or multitasking. That's funny, I said manifesting, but I don't think that was a coincidence. But if you are multitasking right now, of course, feel free to stop what you're doing and take a moment to sit and pause for the next 30 seconds. But if you are going to continue to multitask, do so as if you just got the best news of your life, right? Like if you're driving, imagine you just got a call that whether it's from a best friend or you got the job you wanted or your investment paid off, whatever it is for you, right? Imagine you just got that call and how excited you would be. Or same for if you're doing the dishes right now, right? Like whatever you're doing, do it as if you just received the best news. And if you are taking a moment to sit and pause, really feel that sense of inner peace and, allow your eyes to close, allow yourself to, tap in. So for the next 30 seconds, I'm going to kind of guide us through the emotions. So take a deep breath, release any tension in your shoulders, your jaw. Feel how wonderful and special it is that you are here, that you are listening to this video, that you are giving yourself this time. Not every soul is brave enough or aware enough to do this work. And you are so perfectly on your journey right now. That in itself is something to celebrate. So feel into that. Feel into what an amazing soul, an amazing being you are, how full of light you are. Wherever you are on this journey, the fact that you are here and committed and showing up. And then I want you to tap into the highest intensity of joy and fulfillment that you can muster. Like deep within, like a ball of light that you are just flipping the switch on and it is glowing and it is growing. Whether the light is coming from within or whether you're imagining it beaming through you from your crown chakra to your root chakra. The warmth of this light is feeding your positive emotions. And you can tap into these positive emotions at any time. And that in itself is something to celebrate. The fact that you have this creator energy within you that you can tap into at any time, whether it's just from sitting and envisioning this light, or whether it's through your creative projects, your creative flow. You have this amazing power. And it's magic. It's the magic of alchemy, that you can go from feeling neutral or even feeling negative and flip the switch, pivot, shift your energy just by taking this moment to pause and open your heart. And you can get yourself feeling those emotions of happiness. And whatever you're able to feel in this moment is enough. Maybe it's just a small smile, a peaceful contentment, or maybe it's a giddy excitement and jumping for joy. Whatever it is for you, it's exactly what you need to be tapping into in this moment. So that was obviously way more than 30 seconds, but I'm so proud of you for being here and taking this time. And I'm going to pull one more oracle card. Of course, feel free to pause this video and stay in this embodiment for even longer, but I definitely recommend that you make this a part of your practice of whenever you can think of it and be reminded of it, to take a moment to just feel joy, feel celebration without having any mental or intellectual reason to. This isn't about your rational mind. This is just about the feelings that you can, the emotions that you can alchemize in any given moment. Okay, so from the Tree Keeper's Oracle, we have Keeper of Sanctuary. It says, thoughts happen. Like birds on a tree limb, they arrive unbidden and often unpremeditated. The thoughts we pay attention to have the power to shape the world of our personal experience. Are you paying attention to the thoughts that fill you with expansion, hope, and possibility, or the ones that make you feel diminished, small, and powerless? You cannot always control your circumstances, but you can certainly influence what and how you think about them and what you give your attention to. You live most of your life inside your mind. Make sure it's a beautiful place to live. Make it a sanctuary. The choice is yours. Wow, that is such a fitting message here. So I hope you just feel so much joy and gratitude and celebration for yourself for giving you this moment of listening to this reading, taking that time to meditate or, simply embody feelings of joy, because all of this is making your being, making your soul a place of sanctuary. And you deserve that. And you've come so far to, I'm hearing remodel or, clean up the sanctuary that you have. You've really made it your own. You've really taken such great care of it. And the work is just, I want to say just getting started, because this is a journey that is going to span multiple lifetimes. And, exactly where you are right now is such a beautiful part of this journey. So thank you so much for listening. I would love to hear from you in the comments if you enjoyed the reading or what resonated with you, if you want more meditation style videos, whatever is coming through to you. I always love to hear from you in the comments. And of course, every like and every subscribe is so greatly appreciated by me. And I will see you on the next reading. Thanks for listening. Bye.